Well, hello again.
What is this? Some like BBC reading rainbow shit?
That's right, it is.
That's right, it
You guys
is.
always catching me reading books at conveniently 6 o'clock.
Did you realize that the book was upside down when you were reading it?
Oh no, I can read words, so I saw the way that it was going.
Damn, guys, I thought I was gonna have him.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a bit, but I can at least follow it.
Right. All right. Well, hey Jeff,
Hey, bud.
how you been?
Max, I've been doing pretty good. How about you?
Today has sucked.
Yeah, I had to call you after the craziness I heard about today.
Oh my god.
Is your head feeling any better?
Not
Getting
really.
there?
Like at for a minute there, I really thought that like I was gonna have to go to the hospital or something for smoke inhalation or something. I don't know, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It
That's no
was
fun. That's no fun
it
at
was
all.
pretty crazy. Fire everywhere. Mostly smoke though, so it's fine. And then I had to run around the hotel, trying to catch a bird. This afternoon, another bird. Just call me Max. You know, the bird catcher.
Bird catcher, yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
What I like is how we always say we are metaphorically putting out fires all over the place, and within the last about month and a half, we've now had two actual fires. We're making things happen,
We're making
not in the
things
way that we
happen.
wanted, not in the way that
That's
we want.
no, that's definitely not how I want that to happen.
No,
Oh, boo, we lost somebody. Somebody was watching, and then they were like, nah, forget this, I'm out.
yeah, they'll probably come back.
They'll come back because we're
Hopefully,
entertaining. Entertaining AF.
yes. Entertaining AFs.
AFs. Let's see here. Can you believe it's been 8 weeks, bud?
We're officially today's episode is the two month mark. I
Yep.
I surprised myself whenever I realized, hey, we made it 1 month because I never thought like we'd even get that we'd be like not to like be one of those self fulfilling prophecies. I thought we were going to stumble right out the block and be like fall on our face 2 weeks in and be like we got nothing. This isn't good. This is
Wow,
bad.
Jeff.
Hey,
Wow,
here's the
bud.
thing. I am not an optimistic person. I wouldn't say I'm pessimistic, but I am very much one of those like I usually see the doom gloom in things. I'm not a rainbow dreamer, and I need to be.
Rainbow Dreamer. Okay. All right. Okay, bud. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm glad that it's the opposite. That we've been gathering a lot of support, gaining more viewers, having some really fun shows, new ideas for shows, and just trying everything out. I've really liked that.
To be fair,
To be
thank you.
fair.
Um, I I love our viewers. I really do. I love them so much. But I have fun doing it, even like when no one's watching.
Yeah, like here's the thing, like the trivia show that we did where it was you, me, Keys, and Jacob,
Yeah.
and it kept showing that we had nobody watching the whole thing. And then, later on, you keep me updated with more of the stats, but I looked at one of them, I was like, 31 views. Well, at least people are watching it at some point in the day, and that makes me feel good about it.
At some point.
Right.
At some point. Let's
Like,
see what we got here under our videos here on our Facebook page. You guys are
okay.
watching us on Facebook Live, then head on over to our Facebook page and interact with stuff. Click on things, see what happens. But so far, we had 35 views for last episode, which was our trivia episode.
Yeah.
So people really didn't know how to take that.
Right. It's something that we did that was very different, and getting our own selves out of a bubble and saying we know what we like, but give some one, get some of our fans onto the show.
Yep.
To change up the flavor of things going and see what works.
9 days. Anyway,
Yep, 9 days as well.
9 days. Oh yes, for
Yeah.
both for the new Bob's Burger movies and our movie, and
for
also
Shorzy.
for Shorzy on Hulu. So I'm pretty excited. You know, that's the point of this whole show is to people to see how we interact and what we do because we find ourselves hilarious, and
Entertaining.
sometimes other people do too.
Agreed. Yeah.
So, but yeah, 35 views last week on that. If you guys missed it, please head over to Facebook or YouTube and watch it again and see all the fun that we have doing random trivia questions and also teasing the hell out of Keys.
Yeah, yeah. I felt like her and I talked about it after that episode, and I was like, I'm sorry that like I like didn't do the BS for you, like and just let you squeeze through. She's like, you should have done that every round.
No, that is cheating. Ridiculous.
Not to call her out on that one,
But
but
Jamie. Oh, look, it's Bo.
Bo,
Bo
friend
is
of
in
the
the
show.
house.
Woo-hoo.
Man, I love me some Bo. Hey, buddy, I've missed you, man.
Missed him.
Yep.
Now she's saying she didn't.
We believe you, Keys. We believe you.
I 100% made that story up on the spot.
Yes. However, I do want to say that had it been reversed, where my wife was on the show and not your girlfriend, she would have called bullshit on me the entire time.
Yeah, yeah.
The entire time she would have been like, nope, I married the man. I married him 800 million years ago. I know he's full of shit.
I know all the lies he tells all the time.
Well, it happens, I guess.
Maybe.
You ask people, and they're like, yep, full of shit.
I don't believe a single word that guy's ever said.
Ever. He says he's 34, but he looks 12 without a beard. I don't know about that guy.
Same. I've honestly said besides just enjoying my beard, a good part of why I have mine is whenever I shave, I do look like a 13-year-old boy. Like, hey, can you give me some candy?
I feel like you'd say that at 36.
I mean, I do, but instead it's more like, hey, I'm getting myself some candy.
Oh, not me. I'm like, babe, no some candy. We're ridiculous. We are so ridiculous, and I love it, and that's the point of the show. So for everyone that tunes in, we definitely love and appreciate all of you.
Much love.
All of you so much. So much that we actually have started... We have started a Patreon channel where we will be posting content and maybe in the future some extra episodes.
Yeah. Maybe
just
a potential if we don't do it on here, potentially like an unboxing episode.
Yep.
I'm considering getting a Loot Crate subscription soon and possibly doing a unboxing on Patreon if we do it that way.
Yeah, so I believe that the subscriptions start off at $5 a month. It helps people like Jeff get background decorations, so we don't stare at white walls. But it will go towards all of this.
It helps Max get more hats for his ever-growing hat collection.
You're just jealous of my hats.
I kind of am.
Yeah. Jamie's not. She's like, do you need any more hats? And I'm like,
well, about
yes.
10 years ago, I got rid of, because I had a bunch of flat brim hats.
Yeah.
It was a phase I went through where I had a bunch of those baseball flat brim fitted caps and was just like, yeah, I'm 27 now. This is no longer a look for me. And
okay. I mean, I still have some, but that's fine.
I think I have 3. I have my Phillies one because I've been there. I have my DC one just because it's a shoe company I do like, and then I think I just have like a random New York one to have a random New York one.
I have a couple of vape company ones. Oh damn, she's still mad at you from last week.
I know. I mean, she's still mad at me right
now. Yeah, I have a couple of vape ones. I think I have. I just have a couple. I love hats. Like I'm a hat guy. That's I've always been a hat guy. So yeah, if you want to check out our Patreon and see some of the content we're going to be creating on there, It's going to be at www.patreon.com/allthemess. I'm actually going to put that in the chat here. www.patreon.com/allthemess. Boom! I was supposed to
And
send it. I don't really know what happened. There it
there it
goes.
is. And yeah, with something like that, it
Except I
will.
spelled it wrong.
What did you spell wrong with it?
I
You you
switched the
you spelled it Patteron instead of
Patreon.
Patreon.
Listen, if you go to that website, I cannot.
I cannot guarantee you what's on that website. Steer clear of it.
I should have just copy and pasted. I'm stupid. It's dumb. Okay. Boom.
There it is.
There it is.
So,
www.patreon.com/allthemess.
so yeah, if you want to, support us in any kind of way, that's always a way to do it. Subscribe for that. Help us out a little bit with the channel, just doing odds and ends. We're kind of discussing about upgrading our StreamYard to make it a little bit more us friendly.
Yep.
To get rid of the little logo down there and do a few more things, and it also allows us to reach out to more people that way.
Or maybe to get some soundproofing.
Yeah. Or me a microphone instead of just an open mic.
Yeah, I mean just some creator content here.
Right.
Trying to, get everything all up and up so we can continue ranting and raving in y'all's ears every week.
Talking about all the forms of things we enjoy talking about.
Speaking of, let's get to today's topic here. A little bit of a backstory. So I was using the bathroom today. I was taking a piss, and I happened to look down at the toilet paper roll, and it went under instead of over.
The most,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's instead of going this way, the toilet paper is going under.
Yeah.
So you have to reach further to get to the toilet paper.
Yeah. No.
You can't do the top hit to get that good roll going on with it when it's the under.
In fact, I'm going to pull this up real quick. I'm going to show everyone.
I believe Charmin actually did a poll a few years ago to where it was is it over or is it under for your toilet paper? And I want to think overwhelmingly, I think it was like almost an 85-15 where everybody was like over instead of under.
I have had arguments with people about this. And it just makes me so mad because here is the original patent for the toilet paper roll.
With all the over.
It all goes over. It doesn't go under. Okay. Yep. That's fine.
Okay, so we were a little bit about that, right? You saw that it was under instead of over.
Yeah.
After you had finished using the restroom, before you left, did you flip that toilet paper back the right way?
Oh, of course I did.
I will if I'm in the restroom and I see it like that way, I have to I will, before I leave. Nope, it has to be back the right way.
It has to. I could not live with myself if it wasn't, to be honest with you. So anyway, I'm looking at this, right? And I'm mad. And I'm like, you know what? People spend years developing a product or, trying to come up with a patent for their inventions just to have bozos disrespect their invention by using it in the wrong way. And that got me thinking, Jeff. You know what that got me thinking about?
What did it have you thinking about?
The craziest inventions. And if we're actually using them the correct way.
So you were kind of talking about it upsets you that they weren't using it the right way.
Yeah.
Have you ever do you know much of the story of duct tape?
Yeah, it was in. Yes, I do. I don't want to steal your thunder.
So it was initially invented for, as the name implies, for vent ducts to prevent stuff from leaking out of it.
Yep.
They learned very early on, okay, it doesn't do that. Air still passes through. It's terrible at actually taping in ducts, but it's a really good tape for every other thing except for that. And instead of the patent inventor being like, okay, call it everything tape, he's just like, nope, I'm still going to call it duct tape, and it's still going to be used for everything.
Yeah, but at least like they figured out, hey, this doesn't work for its intended purposes.
Right.
So, and now they came up with the aluminum tape, which is actually duct tape.
Right.
Um, however, I wonder how many of our viewers or people who are going to watch this later on in life are going to watch this and be like, duct tape? I always thought it was duck tape. So it
Right.
was meant to tape my ducks.
They just thought it was a. I'm sure there are a lot of people who don't know the story about it, who
Yeah.
just think it's a funny marketing ploy name. They on it
Yep.
because the logo mascot is a duck. They're like,
Yep.
oh yeah, it's just duct tape, like
Yep.
Gorilla Glue, where it's just
It's not to
it's
glue your
not
gorillas.
right. It's not a glue made from or by gorillas or to keep your gorillas glued in place.
Oh, you don't want to lose your gorillas. That could be dangerous. Have you ever seen Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, that's what happens when you lose the gorillas. They just go off and make their own planets.
Yep, in your trees in San Francisco. So it got me wondering, and I wanted to, of course, go to like my BuzzFeed and Reddit pages, do
Mm-hmm.
some Google, and I came up with 50 weird and awesome inventions from the consumer golden age.
Very cool. Whenever we were first talking about that, the first thing that made me think of is this book that I actually have called Accidental Inventions. Um, and it is a fun read. I actually got this book out of a Geek Fuel box whenever, either Geek Fuel box or a Vsauce box, one of their two.
I love
Um,
monthly boxes. I'm not gonna lie,
it,
we should make our own.
and one of them that they did was this one was a quarterly box where they'd always put some kind of book in it, so it was dealing with discoveries. So it was, hey, all these, and there's some really fun ones in here. So let's go to your BuzzFeed, and I might click through a few, and then I might find some from the book and go with it.
All right, you don't want to start this time? You want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, okay. So the first one we came up with here is brush and shine. So, Mr. Ted Spence, he was an engineer of the Los Angeles Brush Manufacturing Corporation, designed a new hairline brush where it literally is for bald men like you and I, Jeff,
Okay.
where you can brush the sides of your head and shine the top at the same time.
I'm so
It shines the top of your head.
I'm both amazed at this, and at the same time, like I want to know like the people who actually bought this.
I'm gonna see because it's pretty old. It's pretty old.
Yeah, yeah, that was
So
a pretty
I'm
old
going
thing.
to go to Amazon.
And see if you can find a brush and shine.
Yep, let's find out. Brush and shine. Brush and shine. Okay, no.
No.
However, I can get a hair straightener. So no, that is not something that is still around, but
Okay,
it was pretty funny.
that is a funny one.
Yep. The next one is a smog experiment. Betty
Okay.
Cook, a lab assistant in the Stanford Research Institute, is shown taking a blink test as part of a project to study smog in the Stanford, California, back in 1949. So it gauges the eye irritation through photoelectric cells, which record each blink of the eyes
But it's for smog.
to see what kind, like how the smog interferes.
Oh, okay. Because like they have I can never remember the name of them. They it's more or less it tells you how much radiation is in a certain area.
The Geiger meters.
There we go. Whenever you were first explaining this, I thought this was some weird form of a Geiger meter, but for smog.
Oh, well, this was like to
And,
gauge
and,
the
they, and they
irritants
were
of the
and they were
eyes.
just basing it off of eye irritation.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Because
And
like one of those kind of cool things with the Geiger meter is I was reading, I think it was an issue of Wired, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, about this kid who was 16 and he built his own Geiger meter like out of just like random like parts that he got from Amazon, and he built it
Yep.
for like $15. And
Yep.
he's like, this is literally something that normally costs people like
Hundreds of
hundreds and
dollars.
hundreds of dollars, and I can build these for $15, and I
Yep.
can go into these places where there's high radiation and know how much actual radiation is there.
Yep. People are smart. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Y'all laughing at that was the best. That's what
The
Lena
the the
said.
the shine and
Brush and shine.
brush and shine.
Oh, I found a snail pacer. It's a little chariot that you hook to your pet snail.
Okay.
A vending machine for tanning. So you go up and you put your quarter in, and it comes out with this little hose thing, and you just spray it on you. Now that
Okay.
has been that. Now that was an old one. I mean, that was 1949 as well.
Like
So they've
that's like
improved on that.
that's in the age where everything you could do is vending machines. So there was places that were doing it. Like it's really common in Japan now for practically everything to have a vending machine style of it.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
it's just like convenient for them. Like, oh, I can't build a whole store here, so here's a vending machine where I can buy just pants, and
Yep.
it's a vending machine that has all the same kind of pants, and it's just each number is its own size, and boom, I pants for $10.
Yep. Another one I found was a horse gas mask.
Do you have a picture of this?
Oh yeah, hold on.
Because like the old gas masks always freak me out, and it deals with the yeah, that's terrifying.
It is. If a horse was walking towards me with that, I'd be a little bit freaked out.
Right. So there's a Doctor Who episode where there's this spirit of some kind that essentially has this gas mask on it, and it's one of the creepiest things to me, just with how they portray it in there. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, yeah, now old style gas masks just kind of freak me out a bit.
Yeah. Go ahead and look up a couple. I want to look up something real quick.
Okay, so one of the ones that I was hoping was in this book, which I wanted to talk about, is a few artificial sweeteners. So I'm going to read a little bit, just this little excerpt that they have from it. And it's the most popular artificial sweeteners in the world were all discovered as results of scientists ignoring all health and safety rules. In 1879, the German chemist discovered saccharin by licking an unknown substance that he spilled on his hands. In 1937, an American grad student, Michael Sveta, came across more or less clacamite
Yeah.
when he lit a cigarette that tasted sweet after conducting an experiment. And in 1965, American chemist James M. Slater came in contact with aspartame after licking his fingers to pick up a sheet of paper. Yes, that is what it's from. The "Are
Yep.
You My Mommy" one. It's
Yep.
such, and he's right. It wasn't a spirit, but that first they make it come off like it is some kind of a spirit of a past being.
Right. So let's talk about what you just read.
Yeah,
So a scientist was conducting an experiment, spilt something on his hand, and goes, "Oh, I don't know what it is," and licked it.
yeah. And then on the other one, it's here's the thing: he's conducting an experiment, lights a cigarette, which means he had something on his hands, put the cigarette to his lips, lit the thing, and then was just like, oh, this thing that's not on the cigarette tastes really sweet.
And that's why they all taste horrible.
Like, I understand, like, yes, safety in chemistry labs has come a long way.
You don't say.
But that seems grossly negligent. And then for them to do that and be like, yep, that's how we found out about this sweetener.
Substitute sweeteners, yep.
Right, these substitute sweeteners that then all cause some kind of cancers later down the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because the same chemist who made that said, hey, I'm doing fine. I'm also the same one who just was randomly licking my fingers when I spill something on my hand.
However, let's talk about the one with the cigarette. So, was it the sweetener that caused the cancer, or was it his cigarettes?
Probably at the time they probably tried to blame it on the cigarette, I mean on the sweetener, and was like, no,
Yeah.
the cigarette's healthy. It's what helps you.
They actually used to have an old commercial that cigarettes were actually good for your health.
Oh yeah, no, several commercials before the whole, Surgeon General and hey, can't cigarettes cause cancer was treated like a hey, cigarettes are great if you're dieting. They will make you not be as hungry and they make you feel better. They help
They
keep you
make you
awake.
feel better.
Right. No, it's a hey, you have stomach pains, smoke a cigarette, it'll help you feel better. You're feeling tired, smoke a cigarette, it'll help you feel better. Like that's how it was marketed.
Yep.
The next one that I wanted to talk about a little bit, and it's one that I think you and I might have discussed at one point, which I found as kind of a fun incidental, is actually how tea bags and how we now have tea today served.
Yeah.
So it started off with this New York tea trader. He wanted to cut cost, so he started using these hand sewn silk bags. Instead of, so before it used to whenever they would do tea trading, it would all come in these tin cans
Yeah.
of just loose leaf tea. And so the customers, they were really happy with like, hey, it's not just one tin, it's these bags. Um, but they did not know that they were meant to take the tea out. They instead just put the bag into the pot and found it easier to do that than trying to. They found it easier to pull the bag out instead of trying to filter out the loose
The
tea
leaf.
leaves
Yep.
from
Yep.
it. And now tea bags are approximately 95% of tea sales in the Western world. It's
Yep.
hard to find loose tea these days.
It is. Here in Wichita, we actually have the Spice Merchant, I believe is the
Mm-hmm.
name, where they have it has to be hundreds of different
Oh,
kinds of teas there.
so many spices and teas and chais and coffees. It's
Yep.
incredible. It's
Jamie
really
loves
incredible.
going there just to see what's new, what's going on, just seeing all the things they have there. It's pretty
Right.
fun. Pretty fun.
It's a fun store. It's a fun little shop, honestly. And anytime you go in there, it gives you almost the biggest head trip on smells because you're
Yes.
smelling so it is fragrant. It's not
Yep.
pungent, but it is very fragrant.
Yep. Yep. One that I wanted to talk to is that, or talk about, I'm sorry, is that little drawer underneath your oven.
Okay, so you're talking about like the ones that holds the pots, the pans, and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you are the type of person I'm going to talk to, sir.
Yep. I know what it's for.
What's it for?
Isn't it for broil? It's for bottom
No,
broils. No?
no. It
Okay.
is. Oh, well, that doesn't count, Jacob. You work on appliances.
Okay, so I like to keep my pots and pans warm, okay?
Yeah, it's actually designed after you take the food out of the oven to keep your food warm.
While you're cooking everything else.
Or while you're
Right.
waiting for your wife to get off work because she never gets off at the right time.
Oh, well, that too.
Yep,
Or for your husband to finish up his show so his food doesn't get cold.
exactly. Maybe we should just be using the food warmer.
um, one that I'm not sure, it might be in this book somewhere, but I remember talking about. It's kind of one of those weird things that you see on appliances or more hardware. It's the spoon, it's the hole in slotted spoons
Yes,
for where it's all that does is make all the spaghetti fall out. Now, do you know what that one's for?
I actually do.
Okay, so you want to explain this one?
Yeah, it's for the to give you the correct serving size of a serving of pasta.
That is correct.
Ah,
Yeah, it's however much you can fit on dry pasta through that hole is how much a single serving of pasta should be.
yeah, that I just knocked over, stood on my desk. It's fine. Yeah, there's actually one that I was looking at many, many years ago from Walmart that had three different like size holes in
Serving
it.
sizes, yeah.
Yep, yep.
I've
Um, uh,
I've always found that an interesting one.
So here's one. Tic Tac's package was designed the way it is for a reason.
Are,
So
is it for the one at a time one
yeah,
with the little indent in the top?
yep,
Yeah,
yep. It just you're supposed to be able to flip it out. There's one instead of
right.
like opening it and trying to.
Right, and bang, 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 bang. You're supposed to flip it upside down, pop it. The one's supposed to flip it, pop it, flip it, pop it, and it just one
Yep,
comes out. Yeah.
yep. What else is there?
I flip through, see if I find any ones that really catch my mind. That one's a pretty good one.
Okay, this one is near and dear to my heart, and I hope anyone that works with me at the hotel is watching this right now. There's a difference between a toilet plunger and a
A
sink
sink
plunger.
plunger. Yes,
There are
there
two
is.
kinds of plungers, and just so they don't think that I'm making this.
You guys
Share.
got the images here?
Boom!
Yeah, that the one that they're using there is definitely a sink plunger in a toilet.
That is a sink plunger in a toilet. Also, if you're using the same plunger and you get a sink clog, and
Oh
you're gonna go
yeah.
use your toilet plunger in your sink, that's gross. Jacob, it's not fake news. Go away.
What is fake news? Toilet plungers? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they exist.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure they exist. We're not talking about UFOs here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely. It's pretty disgusting if you're using the toilet that you just if you're using the plunger that you just used on the toilet in a sink.
It's gross.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
I mean, the dirtiest sink in your house is definitely the kitchen sink. However, let's not
It,
add to it by
right,
putting
but
fecal matter into
right,
it.
and that's what I was gonna say. Even at the dirtiest of a sink, it's still not dirtier than what's actually in a toilet.
That is true. So yeah, there are two kinds: the ones that are made for flat surfaces, such as sinks, or the
Mm-hmm.
ones that have an elongated piece coming out, which are designed to actually fit over the toilet drain better.
Right. It's all about pressure at that
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
It's if you don't have that anything to extend out into that actual fitting into the toilet, you're just going across the surface on there, not actually building up a vacuum to pull stuff out.
Yep. Crazy. Did you know that on the a bottle like a glass bottle of ketchup, the little 57 near the top of the of the Heinz, it actually has a purpose.
But now, are we going with the hit purpose?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Apparently, you're
heard that
supposed
one
to hit that.
before. Apparently, that's the where that's supposed to be the sweet spot to get the ketchup or the sauce
Tink, tink,
out.
tink. Boom.
Is right. You use a little. You use your butter knife and hit it on that spot while you're holding it upside down, and it's supposed to come out easier.
Yep. Did you know the Chinese to go containers, like the old fashioned ones with the little wire,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the
With
box?
the four square box and the wire top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that those were actually made so you could have a to go plate?
Do they unfold
They
into that
unfold.
way?
They unfold into a plate for you to eat your food.
That's actually fairly smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of these things that people have invented that we're just like, oh yeah, we must be using this right.
Right. That's the only way that can be used. Correct.
Did you know that the reason why soda pop cans have two holes in them is so that you can put your straw through it
I've
and not
heard
have
that
it
one.
float out?
The reason that there's a hole on the top of pin caps is to stop people from choking on it.
Yes, I actually read that somewhere.
Yeah, so before that time, they didn't have the hole at the top, and people would put them in their mouth.
Heather, it's not made for you to put it back together.
No. This isn't a puzzle. It's
And you can probably put it back to. Babe, we're getting Chinese tonight. We're gonna figure it.
We're gonna get this figured out.
Oh. Use your Tupperware that you got from your Tupperware party for the leftover storage. You don't use the same thing. What if you don't eat it all? What kind of Chinese food are you getting that you don't eat it all in one whole day? Oh,
You're ordering for a group, and somebody said that they wanted the Mugu Gai pan, but they really didn't want the Mugu Gai pan. Give me the biggest one possible.
she comes out with like a 5-gallon bucket of a
That scares me. What I'm mentally picturing right now is a 5-gallon bucket of wonton soup.
I would be in heaven. Keys.
There's a lot of leftovers, and I don't mind that because I enjoy eating leftovers.
Yeah, I am the leftover king of my house.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
no, I'm one of those like I wasn't sure how it was when you grew up. Did you ever have like those like if you order something you have to eat the whole thing?
I'm still like that.
I used to be like that, but I mean I'm not one of those like clean a happy plate kind of thing. I'm one of those if I'm full that there's a reason why there's to go boxes.
I mean, yes. However, so that's my thing. Like, I don't eat the whole thing, but I'm definitely taking it home with me because I didn't just pay for something to be
Right,
washed
you're not
down the
one of
drain.
those you don't eat half a sandwich and be like, the other half can stay here. You take it with you because you just paid for it.
Who eats a half a sandwich?
Somebody who thought that they wanted a big sandwich, and then all of a sudden they get a call, and they're like, "Hey, we have to go do something, and you can't, and you want to enjoy your sandwich, so you just wrap up the other half and you take it home with you, and you can enjoy it later."
No, I would tell those people to wait until I finish my sandwich.
Okay.
You know how much I love sandwiches.
Yeah. So let's go crazy with this and say you get like 2 foot long sandwiches and you eat only 1 foot long sandwich, and so you have the other one for later.
Why would I? What, I mean, okay, but no, like, there's only like two certain kinds of subs that are okay to sit in the refrigerator till the next day.
Mm,
Subway subs are not one of those.
no, no, I would never sit a Subway sub in any kind of thing.
Oh, sh- okay, Heather.
Mm-hmm.
She's like the governor of leftovers.
This isn't a leftover. This is not leftovers anymore.
I don't consider a sandwich a leftover. I
Unless
don't
it
know.
comes with chips.
I'm not a fan of chips though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, soggy bread is gross. I agree, Heather. Like that is
Yeah,
that and wet socks like pet peeves right there.
I can agree with that.
Ugh.
But
Ugh.
like that's why you don't do like a hot sandwich. Well, for me, just my own personal thing, I also don't, I don't put mayo or mustard or anything on my sandwiches. It's a pretty dry sandwich to begin with. So it's pretty much meat, cheese, bread. So if I only eat half of that and put it in the fridge, it's still staying as meat, cheese, bread.
It looks like he wants to go to what does Jamie call it? Avocados
It,
tonight.
it's artichoke, but Jamie always calls it avocado.
Yep. Yep. It's close enough.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
They're both start with A and in the vegetable family.
Heather, I agree with you. Like, I'm still kind of trying to wrap my because I'm not a condiment person myself. I'm not really a condiment person, but when it comes to sandwiches,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot eat a dry sandwich.
Sandwich.
I can't. If it's That's why I don't really like Schlotzsky's because I think that their sandwiches are way too dry.
And for me, I enjoy a dry sandwich. I know to each their own on that one, but I don't mind, a dry sandwich.
All right, I'm finding new things out about you every day.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have sauce on the sandwich.
I got to. I mean, I think it depends like on the sandwich, honestly. Like if I have an Italian, yeah, I'm putting marinara sauce on that. But if I'm just having a ham and cheese, I'm not putting anything extra on a ham and cheese.
Well, let's be honest. If you're having a ham and cheese, you're probably just having a hunk of ham between two slices of bread,
And probably some string cheese.
and a string cheese on the side.
Uh-huh. No, just you know, like how you get the strings of cheese, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's
yeah,
my chunk of ham,
and a
and
string
then
cheese.
I just open up two of those packs of string cheese and I just put them on there and then put the bread and go for it. I
You're an
have no
amazing
etiquette when it comes
individual.
to that.
You are an amazing individual, my friend. Oh man. Okay, okay. So back to inventions.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, you got me stressed out here. Some accidental
Uh,
inventions.
okay.
Penicillin. Penicillin was accidentally invented
It was. It was. That
in
again,
1928.
that's another fun one where scientists doing experiments and other experiments, and it just ends up one of those bad things that turns into a good thing.
Yeah, for some people, because like my grandmother was allergic to penicillin. She was
Oh,
allergic to
okay.
all the cillins,
Okay.
so not so good for people like her.
Right.
The slinky, the slinky was accidentally invented in 1943.
I think the slinky is mentioned in my book as one
Ooh,
of
look
the
it up.
incidentals. Page 28 here. Let's get to it. Okay. Do you want me to read the thing on it? You
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
do
read it.
okay. The first word that escaped naval engineer Richard James' mouth in 1943 when he dropped a spring that kept stepping away from him was probably slightly stronger than Eureka. Luckily, he was able to see the humor of it and was struck by the idea of making the spring into a toy. While he fine tuned the spring, looking for the best metal and ideal measurements, his wife Betty came up with the name. Although the couple initially had doubts about the slinky, it became an instant hit during the Christmas period of 1945. In the
Yep.
next 60 years, 300 million slinkies were sold. And even today, children don't get tired of watching the spring move effortlessly down the stairs.
I would 100% still play with a slinky. I'm actually
Oh,
surprised I don't have one on my desk.
um, since I've been doing this, the last thing I had it was a plastic one. It was one of those smaller, like
Yeah, little
you
ones, yeah.
know, yeah, like a quarter operated type one, and it actually got tangled up, just completely turned into a ball of nothing plastic. By one of my friend's sons who thought this is a fun thing and turned it into a swing toy.
Yep, yep. I mean, with all the like toys I literally have on my desk right now.
Your ball of balls, yeah.
A ball of balls! And
I
then my
mean,
stress ball.
I mean, it can't be seen too well here, but yeah, most of that stuff here is just odds and ends, knick-knack toys.
Knick-knack toys. Because we are giant children, my friend.
Yeah, that's I like at my parents' house. I mean, most of them have probably been sold in garage sales, but parents been my mom was quite the hoarder of, hey, this is Jeff's stuff, and I just had toys and toys and toys for days. Like my nephews absolutely will like go through the closet and they're always finding, hey, I think this is one of Uncle Jeff's toys and it's their new now favorite toy.
Yep. Because it was probably your favorite when you were their age.
Right, exactly.
So here's an interesting one. 100 years ago,
Okay.
Wheaties was accidentally invented.
On this one we have the thing with cornflakes, but not the Wheaties one. But
So he
yeah, let's hear the Wheaties one.
so the legend behind this famous cereal's creation did actually begin with bran gruel, which was what a clumsy dietitian at the Washburn Crosby Company was preparing in 1922 when he spilled some on a hot stovetop. The gruel drop sizzled and crackled into flakes. Once he gave a flake to taste, the cook realized he accidentally had created something that tasted way better than old gruel. So, yeah, that sounds like cornflakes, not Wheaties, though.
Right. Well, they all kind of follow almost the same thing. Like cornflakes' basic one was the Kellogg's brothers in their sanatorium up in Michigan. grinding up wheat. They bake it, and grinding up just grains, baking it into almost an oatmeal type of gruel.
Wheaties.
Wheaties.
I'm gonna have to look at Facebook for us saying that. Hold on. Oh, come on, catch up.
Yeah, is it
Nah,
gonna?
it's gonna take too long. Oh well.
All right,
Oh,
all
well, there
good.
you go. But there you go. Cereal accidentally. I love me some Wheaties and some cornflakes.
Hmm.
I love that.
Um, Now I'm not sure if this is still true. Did you know that at one point there was so much iron enrichment in Wheaties that you could run a magnet over Wheaties and be able to pick them up?
Babe, I need a box of Wheaties. I gotta find this shit out.
Yeah, yeah, you could take it's because it was iron enriched. Um, just like for it, it would still pick it up as a mineral.
My chair literally just let me down easy.
you,
Okay, I'm back up to where I should be.
you got back up.
I was
Oh,
just like,
so you had mentioned the penicillin one,
yeah.
and there was a thing here on the penicillin with the whole story with it with Fleming and his discovery of penicillin with mold.
Oh yeah, with the mold. Oh my God, what are you doing? Huh. Thanks, Lena. Make sure you go over into our Facebook page and like all the mess with Jeff and Max.
Yeah,
We're a hoot. I don't know if anyone
we're
knows
just
this.
goofy. We are just
We
goofy.
Oh my goodness. This is if you haven't watched the first episode, you can watch it on Facebook or on YouTube. But it literally tells how we got started. A guest in the hotel was like, "Y'all are hilarious.
Right. You guys
You
pair
should
off really
start a
well.
show."
Yep.
So that was pretty fun.
Um. So one more kind of accidental one, and it's playing in a little bit into Shorzy coming up here in 9 days.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the accidental discovery of maple syrup.
Ah, sure.
According,
Canadians gonna get mad at us.
according to American Indian legend, maple syrup was invented by a squaw who was bone idle. One winter evening, the warrior sank his tomahawk into the trunk of a maple tree, and when he took it out in the morning to go hunting, his wife noticed the sap running from the cut. As it became warmer and sunnier out, it started dripping, and
And it got on her hand and she licked it.
she decided to save herself a trip to the river to and catch some use for dinner. And the sap stewed it up and quickly thickened into a syrup. And it had such a sweet taste that they ended up eating the whole thing. And it's now a national product of Canada.
Hey,
Yeah. One of
the tree
those.
looks like it's bleeding. I should lick it. That's all I heard.
Yep. Yep.
Interesting. Do you know Post-it notes were accidentally invented?
Actually, I don't think it's from this, but I have read that story about post-it notes being invented.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, my ear itches.
Oh yeah, page 100. For some reason, they have all of these in here.
What am
Yeah,
I doing? Looking at your book online?
more or less, probably.
Does it have the color mauve in it?
It does not have the color mauve.
The color mauve was accidentally invented.
Was it a dyeing experiment that went bad?
In 1856, 18-year-old chemist William Perkin turned out to be quite the young prodigy, inventing synthetic dye and going on to help to fight cancer. So, thank you, or chemists, doctors.
Chemists. It depends. Chemists can be doctors. I mean, they do technically. Most chemists have a doctorate.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say thank you, chemist William Perkin. Then, okay. So he was working on creating an artificial version of the malaria drug. Instead, his experience produced a dark, oily sludge. Not only did the sludge turn silk a striking shade of light purple, it didn't wash out, and it was more vibrant and brighter than the existing dyes on the market.
I wonder though how harmful that dye would actually be.
Well, I don't think it's going to like cure malaria.
Right.
I wonder if I can take a snippet of that later and put that on Facebook, because that would be a great meme.
It's not gonna cure malaria. We gotta do something with this. It's not curing malaria. Make it into a color dye.
Dye shit.
Uh-huh.
It's not gonna cure malaria.
I got the second idea. Can it cure this? Nope. Toss it out. No, I have this third idea, guys. Let's just go with
I have
this.
this third idea.
We're gonna put it on some clothes.
What the hell? I'm gonna look up mauve real quick. Okay, now of course everyone has different shades of mauve,
Of
right?
mauve, right?
But I'm trying to sit here and imagine this goop, right?
Uh-huh.
Like goop
Sitting on silk, nonetheless.
sitting, yeah, and just being like, nope, that's not going to cure malaria or anything else.
Right.
And
I just made it. Uh-oh.
and after, so after this, because this is what year again? 1856. He was like, all right, back to trying to cure other guys.
he creates the color mauve, and they're just like, okay, experiment 237, nothing happened. Experiment 238, still haven't cured malaria.
Experiment 241, mauve.
Experiment 256, chartreuse. He's no longer making. He's no longer curing. He's no longer going for cures of malaria. He's just going for dyes.
Oh my god. Okay, so the next thing I just read.
Okay.
Perkins' work with dyes. Okay, so he's no longer fighting cancers and stuff. His work with dyes inspired German bacteriologist Paul Ulrich, who used the inventions to pioneer immunology and the first chemotherapy.
Wow.
Can we? What does this color teal remind you of? I know how to cure cancer.
Is this aquamarine, or is it the cure for the SARS virus?
Did that guy also make the color with us? Oh my god. You know this greenish color? I got it. Chemotherapy.
Well, like, okay, so we're kind of talking about these inventions, right? And kind of
Right.
are offshoots of. Did you ever watch the Discovery Channel How It's Made?
Yeah, I love how it's made.
Me too. And like whenever we were discussing about this, I'm thinking like, because you were talking like, oh, a thing not being used in the right way. How like there's so many episodes where I watch of How It's Made to where it's the same machine that should do the same thing that does like 7 different purposes.
Yep.
They're like, and in this factory, this machine separates the oils from the waters. And then like you go into this like next episode where they're talking about a completely different product, and it's the same machine, and they're like, and this machine separates the large rocks from the small rocks. So I'm like, that's the exact same machine.
It separates everything.
It's just a separator. Quit making it seem like it's the most miracle machine of all time.
And to be honest with you, Lena, my favorite color is neon clear.
I am a big fan of green.
Neon clear because it gives a purple tint. Yeah. That is just. I love how it's made though. Like I could watch that for hours.
Now,
hours.
It might be How It's Made, but there used to be another show on Discovery that was very much similar to it.
How It Works.
That's it. That always played essentially the music that they played was very like the dubstep music.
Yeah.
But they played it with the machines like doing something. I'm like, yep, this is what dubstep was made for. It was for playing TV shows that have machines in them. In a lot of ways, yeah, it's radiation poisoning that killed Marie Curie.
Yep. What is this?
You found an
Car head.
interest?
Yeah, car headrests.
Like the back part on a car?
Yeah. Oh, they're saying that they're actually used to break the window. That's how that you can actually take them off because you can use them to break a window if you are trapped inside the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so like the pointy ends on it, it's why it's that pointy end to if you need to
Yep.
smash. That's actually kind of a smart. I didn't even think about it that way until you just said it.
Yep. All these pictures I'm seeing of people peeling bananas upside down, and I'm like, no,
What do you
no.
mean upside down?
So everyone, like literally the last three websites I've looked at, like, oh, inventions you're using wrong. They're like, oh, all of you are peeling bananas the wrong way.
Yeah, that's how I peel my bananas.
What is wrong with you?
Because that's how monkeys actually naturally peel their bananas as well.
Are you a monkey?
No, but if I figure if the animal that eats it most more than anything else is their diet, is that's the way they're opening it, they must have something right.
Where did I read where monkeys actually don't like bananas?
It depends. Like not all monkeys, but there are some who, I mean, they very much like vegetarians eat a wide variety of different foods. But yeah, typical a monkey will either open it from that end or will completely just push the whole thing open, like split it and then eat just that.
Hmm.
Um, but I do it that way because whenever I open it that way, and that's yeah, you pull out that black little bit so that way you're not biting down at it at the bottom.
I've never had that problem where I've had to like bite down on it. I guess I'm not eating my whole banana. I don't know.
Yeah, you're missing out a portion of your banana.
1/87th of my banana.
Yep.
Yes, that's what he said. Did you know that the little tin covers over like your yogurt or like your applesauce are actually supposed to be made so you can twist them into a spoon and eat it?
Um, I've heard that. I prefer the ones that have the spoon underneath the cap.
First world problems.
It's very much a first world problem. If I get a
First world
yogurt,
problem.
if there's a yogurt and it doesn't have the little spoon under the cap, I'm like, you're not even trying anymore, are you?
You're horrible.
be
You are
be
actual.
be more like Chobani. Give me a plastic spoon.
This man has never had to suck a Yoplait out of out of the plastic.
No, I haven't because whenever I get Yoplait, it's usually Gogurt and it's already in a tube, and that's it.
First world problems, man.
Yep.
Let's see here. Toothpaste, shampoo, don't need to know. Mascara. When you're doing your makeup, there's one danger in particular everyone wants to avoid.
Stabbing
Clumpy
yourself in the eye.
mascara. That's what I would think, but no, they say clumpy mascara. It can
Yeah.
really ruin your routine and waste your product.
Yes. Let's talk about the clumpiness, not the poking yourself in the eye.
Yeah.
That's the most important out of those two.
So mascara can get clumpy when it dries out, so make sure you aren't leaving it out to dry. And try to avoid pushing air into the bottle when you're applying it. That could dry it out as well. Okay, how are you supposed to avoid? You have to take it and put it back. Put.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
gonna
know
get
these.
air in there either way.
Oh, clumpy sucks. Clumpy sucks.
Yeah. Bevan has a thing on it with the clump suck. Yeah.
This is a real problem, guys. Okay, so how are you supposed to avoid putting air into it?
Oh, maybe it's like this one. You twist it. Like it's right.
Shut up, Bo. Just take it out and apply. Don't pump it. Twist it. What is this? Like a bop it story? Bop it. Twist it. Pull
Twist
it.
it, pull it. Yeah.
I did not know we were gonna have such a response.
To mascara clumpage.
Jacob. Jeff, that's it. We're gonna invite Jacob onto the show. We're gonna do a live show with all three of us in the same room, and we're going to do makeup hacks on Jacob.
Okay, sounds like a plan. I want to see what they mean by this clumpage.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna.
I want to see if there was any makeup ones in here that they have as incidentals. No.
I think makeup's a hard one, because a lot of them first off started off by getting their certain things from animals.
Right.
So, and now that's a no. You can't do that, or you're not supposed to, because PETA comes after you. So, but I can't think of any that was accidentally in like, oh, he was trying to cure ant bites and he created lipstick.
Oh my gosh! You know how I said it didn't have mauve in here anywhere?
It has mauve in there.
It's more just synthetic dyes. And it does mention it. It talks about William Perkins and doing the whole synthetic dyes after a failed experiment when he was trying to. This says he was trying to make Q9 or quinine.
Yeah, same stuff.
Same stuff. Yeah, it's all for, like you said.
Who the hell eats their oranges like this? And if you say you, I swear to God.
What are they doing there with that?
That's
like, is that something like how the same thing that they do with like the pineapple hack that I see every now and then? And I'm like, who eats pineapple like that?
Cut the orange on both sides, top and bottom, and then you could just pull it open and the orange will unwrap conveniently.
Jacob's comment to that's great. I'll put it up there. Clip feed. You just
yeah. We've had so much fun with this. We're out of time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we've run out.
Oh, but yeah, I want to thank every last one of you for joining us tonight. We do go on every Wednesday. Definitely subscribe to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our Patreon page. We are going to create a Discord page for those of you who like to talk on Discord. So you can message us, give us ideas, have a good little talk with us, have some fun. Hit up Patreon, monthly subscribe. We will have exclusive content.
You'll get the words.
Content for our Patreon followers. Oh, Jeff, you got anything else, bud?
As always, feel free to comment about any kind of future episodes you would like to see on the show, any other content that you would like, or as she said, with catching the replays, you can always rewatch them on YouTube. Is the quickest way that I found to do it, and the easiest way to watch all of our episodes that have already dropped.
They do rewatches on our lives on Facebook as well.
Right, but they sometimes only do like so. But with those ones, sometimes like they'll show you like the last 2 episodes. You can still find all of the episodes through Facebook Live on our home, like on the All That Mess with Max and Jeff Facebook page. But if you're wanting to watch it like in an order, you can watch all of them through the YouTube channel and start with the first one and work your way through. Or if there's a topic that really interests you, we do title all of our episodes that kind of give a heads up on, hey, this is what this episode is primarily covering.
I also hashtag the hell out of them. So
He does. He does.
that's the best way to get people.
Yeah. People searching on the hashtags.
All right, so definitely drop your ideas on our pages and hit us up with anything that you guys really want to see. We are going to have to try and convince Jacob to let us do a makeup tutorial on him.
Yeah. I don't trust my own self with makeup, but I'm willing to guinea pig on somebody else.
Yes. You know what? I did it on Jamie once. She let like 7 years ago when we first got together. We were having a nice like night at home or whatever, or day at home, and she actually let me do makeup on her face. I'm gonna see if I could find that clip and put it on the Facebook page. Depends on if you can be drinking on stage. I would say
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. If it's all three of us in person, there's usually drinking involved. So
Usually,
so yeah. If he's willing to let us try these things out to stop clumpage, yeah, I'm down.
as long as you don't act ridiculous and get us pulled off the internet,
Yeah, that would not be appreciated.
which is a thin line with you. Just saying. All right, guys. Next week, tune in. We will see you then.
Yeah, see y'all next week, same place, new topic.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.